The biggest fear I get from parents usually is, I don't know how to teach. How am I supposed to be doing this? So today I wanted to give you a simple little example how easy this is, and for parents to understand this isn't rocket science. When you're working one-on-one with a child, it becomes much easier. The power of the teacher is learning how to work with 20 to 25 kids to be able to do something, to get a point across. But when you're working one-on-one, it doesn't really take a lot of experience. It's just understanding what it is you're trying to do and making it as simple as you can and as fun as you can. So let's assume that our child's ready to work with skip counting. Skip counting is basically mental patterns that your brain uses or develops to once you're into addition and subtraction, you're able to use these little skip counting patterns to mentally work through the process of the problem. If we're introducing skip counting, the very first one we're going to do is the objective of even numbers. And it's as simply as making up a number line like we have up here on the board and starting to memorize and giving the brain chances to practice and review the different digits. Again, we're trying to develop a mental picture for the brain, and to do that we just need to do the process over and over again until it becomes fluent for them and it's able to do it quickly. So if I was introducing evens, what I would do, I'd make myself a little number line like we have here on the board. Make your evens a different color than your odds so that they can focus easily on what you're working with. And just to explain, now that you know the digits 0 through 10, we're going to start breaking them up. The first process is going to be called evens. Say the first number on the evens is 0. Have them point to the 0. Then say the next number would be 2. The next number is 4, 6, 8, and 10. Assuming that they're at kindergarten level or first grade level, just as a reinforcement, have them say the digit out loud. So if you want, you can point and they can give you the digit. You point here, they tell you 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now have them point to them and say the digits to them out loud. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's as simple as that. I'd probably make a little game of it and say, now how fast can you do it? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let them do that a couple times. And then, as you wrap up your little 5-minute activity, have them do it backwards also. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Each time that you do this, always wrap it up at the end by going backwards also, because that's going to be the next step that we use. So this is a way to introducing a step that's going to be coming later. So once we do move to that step, it'll be quicker for them to pick up and understand. Now, as a little game, I would probably have them get a die out. Have them roll the die. Let's say it comes up 4. Have them point up here, what's the next even number after 4? And see how quickly they can do that. Just make a little game. Roll the dice, comes up, and if it comes up a different digit, like an odd, that's okay, because they're really going to see the process once you're doing it already. You just don't need to talk about, okay, these are the evens with the dice game. And do it with just one die. Once they're able to do these digits 0 through 10 and backwards, then you can extend it out to 20. And you don't need to go any farther than 20 while you're practicing these, because really the process is understood from there. Later on we'll start adding the higher digit numbers, and they'll see that again it's always these digits anyway. No matter if it's 2, 32, 52, the last digit always tells you what's even. But again, that's a process that we're going to be teaching later, but they'll be able to pick it up quicker because we've already done this. It's as simple as that. It took, what, 5 minutes to go through that activity? Now, a great way to keep this in their mind and doing this on a daily basis is make up a rule, what I call the car rule. Every time you get into the car, you're going to have your child mentally go through the skip counting process. So each time you get in the car, say, all right, it's time to skip count. Let them say the digits 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If they get stumped, just quickly go ahead and give them the answer, because we're not trying to force anything down. We're wanting it to be quick. We're wanting it to be fluent. So it doesn't matter if they cannot remember. If we keep doing the process, they will start to remember. We got to make it fun. Keep it fun. Don't get upset if they can't remember a digit. Don't let them feel like they're letting you down if they can't. Just give them the answer and go on. And always go backwards also. So every time we get in the car, we're going to skip count on even 0 through 10 and then go backwards. And that's just a great way to reinforce it and fit it into to everyday life. You can make a game of it. Let's say once we understand that we're going to have this car rule, let's say if the first 5 minutes, if they remind you to do skip counting, they get a little reward. If you have to remind them after the 5 minutes, they have to give you a reward. To make it a little game. That way they're remembering and they're wanting to do it. It's as simple as that. 10 minutes a day makes a difference.